Hello and welcome. So I am going to take a look at the Guardian's Quick Cryptic crossword, and this is being published on Saturday the 16th of August 2025, and it's number 72 in the series, being set by Masquerade. If you haven't seen them before, the Guardian Quick Cryptics are a specific set of puzzles aimed at bringing beginners into cryptics, so they are an 11 by 11 grid rather than a big 13 or 15 by 15 by grid. And they only have 4 types of clue. And today the 4 types of clue are anagrams, charades, double definitions, and sound alikes. Now I know people have problems with sound alikes, so I'll go through very carefully about the grammar of how to work out which version of a sound alike to put in. I don't know if there's anything else to say. I'll put a link down in the description. If you want to have a go at it yourself, you can try it. So I just talk this through very slowly and say what I see. And cherry, playing could be an anagram indicator. Harmonicas does sound like it's got 10 letters and it's 10 letter clue, so I think it's an anagram of harmonicas for a word meaning cherry, which I cannot think of at this moment. 7 across, negative report, so it's not like negative is no. Report could be a sound like from Arab from one. From Arab for one. Now for one would make me think maybe it's from Arab for one. Don't know. It's not like Yemeni, Yemen, Omani, Omani. I can't see what's going on there. Right. 8 across. Comment about makes you think of re or C for circa. Ideas could be 5 letters, 5 letter clue, so about could be an anagram indicator. Comment, ideas, said, nope. Whew, okay, spots, a large number appearing in short succession. Spots make you think of a die or dice. A large number, A is normally L for large. Number would be NO, maybe. A large number appearing in succession. Nope. 11 across, sticky, stuff, dog, set, 2 demolish. Well, 6 letters. 2 demolish does sound like an anagram indicator, and dog set's got 6 letters, so I would think it's an anagram of dog set meaning sticky stuff. Stodge is sticky stuff, isn't it? Okay, got something on the board. Let's continue on going on through. So all I do is I just go through the clues looking for the easy stuff first. Things that are fairly easy that I can bung in some letters, and that enables me to have some letters on the board, which should help. Like that now I've got a G to begin 12 down. Small companies, BLT ingredient, bacon, lettuce and tomato. Small company is S, and then company is normally CO. BLT ingredient, bacon, lettuce, tomato, but I can't see ESCO, is that a word? Not sure. Okay, 14 across, getaway on plane ride. At this moment I have to say that I feel like I've never tried a cryptic crossword, and I think I'm fairly competent than normally, but at this moment this is just feeling very difficult. Getaway on plane ride. So nothing occurring to me there. Menu option at United Nations party. Well, UN would be United Nations would be UN, and a party would be do, and a menu option is undo. Okay, there we go. Got one easy at last. So I suppose that would be a charade. It's taking the U and the N and DO for do party. 5 letters. Could be Cilla black. No. Purple. What? Could be Cilla black. No. Purple. Pros. Purple pros. B for black. Could be Cilla. Could be an anagram of Cilla, which would be lilac, I think. And lilac wouldn't be black; it would be is purple. So I think that's your definition: is black question mark, no, purple, because it's lilac, which is an anagram scilla, could be your anagram indicator, I think. On edge, perfect. Whenever I say perfect, I think ideal. I can't see how that is on edge, but we have got double definition, so with perfect, with on edge. Nope. Core 22, 10 letters. Bring order to shattering characters seen differently. I mean, that must be an anagram of something. 10 letters. Bring order to shattering is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 10 letters. Characters seen differently. I think shattering would be the anagram. I mean, it could be bring order, could be an anagram because that's 10 letters. Characters seen differently makes me think of anagrams, but that isn't going to be the answer. Gosh, wow, okay, well we've got 3 on the board for the acrosses. Let's look at the downs, maybe that'll be a bit easier. Suggested way to stately home. Suggested way, a way is a road or a street. Suggested stately home is a mansion or a manor, maybe. Manor? Yes, I think that's a manor. So manor is a stately home spelled that way. So this is a sound like. So suggested is your sound like indicator. Not one I've come across often, but your way of doing things is your manner. So that is next to suggested. So now we convert that to become the answer, which is stately home. Now in this case, manor, M-A-N-N-E-R, has a different number of letters and wouldn't fit there anyway. So it's easy to know which version to put in. But always look at the grammar of the clue. Whatever is next to the sound like indicator is what you're going to convert, and then the other part is what will become the answer. What a cloud does. Hold sway, we're told. Now, we're told is very much a sound like indicator. Hold sway is to have clout, but what a cloud does isn't. What a cloud does is drift, float. Hold sway, float. Not sure about that one. Note, duck. Note could be do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and how you spell those is interesting. Duck is a 0. Note can also be an N. Duck in central London district. My London districts are not good. And the only 3-letter one I can think of is bow, but put an O into bow would be B-O-O-W. That doesn't really work. So again, time to move on, I think. Football team's suit, 6 letters with a T in there. Suit might be one of the cards, and in fact, hearts is one of the suits of cards, and Heart and Midlothian. Heart are known as Hearts, and they are a football team in Scotland. So I think that's probably the answer. Double definition. Right, 5 down, ending in D. Diana could become a nymph. Well, I know that nymph is N-A-I-A-D. Well, I say I know. I think that's the spelling, which is an anagram of Diana, and could become is an anagram indicator. So that would fit the clue. Naiad for nymph is a word I've picked up in crossword land. So here we are. Right, church bazaar is a fair. Destiny, a fate. Okay, destiny is fate announced. So here's a good example. Right, we've got a choice between. Well, let's put in that, but we can either have an A or an E here. They're both 4 letters. Which one do we pick? Well, announced is a sound like indicator. Next to that is destiny, which is your fate like that. So now we convert that to become the fate, which is the church bazaar. So there we go. Right, carpenter's tool, 3 letters. Carpenter's tool is an all. Everyone I hear is all. Okay, so same problem here. So we've got A, L. Now we've got a choice between an AWL or an ALL. So let's look at the clue. Here's the sound like indicator. I hear. Everyone is all. ALL. So now we convert that to AWL for the carpenter's tool. It's that simple. Just look at read the grammar. Now the only time you will have a problem with that grammar is when the sound like indicator is in the middle, and then you've got a bit of a choice to make. And it's best to wait and see what checkers come up. Drunkards, small set of books. Right, well I know that in crossword land a drunkard is a sot, S and then OT, and S is small, and a set of books, So books comes up in cryptic crosswords quite a lot as Old Testament or New Testament, OT or NT. Well, in this case we want the OT, and that gives us sot, which is a drunkard. 12. Wander to Georgia and Germany. Okay, well, we haven't got many choices here, and Georgia can be abbreviated to GA, and D for Deutschland, Germany, and to gad about is to do that. So is to wander. So that's the definition. 3 and 3. 3 and 3. 13 down. Dance. About. Hotel. Hotel could be an H with 1 twice. Okay. Well, I'm looking at those letters thinking if I've got an H in there, I'm looking at the cha-cha. So I've got an advantage there because I can think of the answer. Sometimes it's cha-cha-cha. But we've got, how does this break down? Well, the cha-cha is a dance, so that's your definition. About is C for circa. About is circa, and that can be abbreviated to C or CA, but in this case it's C. H for hotel, and then with 1 is an A. One can either be I or A, and do that twice, cha-cha. So there we go. 14 down, something L-E, L space, crowd, songwriter Collins Heard. Phil, I guess. Phil Collins is a songwriter, so he is next to the sound like, so we need to convert him to come to crowd, I guess is to fill, like that, I guess. Now I'm looking up there, remembering there's a plane clue, so that's flight, isn't it? And a getaway, there, so that's double definition. So let's fill that in. Getaway is a flight, a convict who escaped is in flight, and a plane ride is a flight. That seems a bit more obvious now. Go back on the downs. Ice something L, 15. Land in water, sounds like island or something, isle. No longer available. Land in water. No longer available. No longer available will make me think of NA, but I don't think that's right. Land in water. No longer available. I'm going to move on from that for a minute. Excuse me. 17. 9 musicians. 5 letters beginning N. I'm thinking nonette. And why can't they go fishing? Well, they've got no net. Yeah, okay. 18 down, beginning with O, 5 letters. The Atlantic, well, that's an ocean. Wrecked canoe. Canoe is an anagram of ocean. So wrecked is your anagram indicator, and obviously the Atlantic is the ocean. So that leaves the party animal. 4 down. Party animal. When you see 2 words like that, it's usually going to be a double definition. So word meaning party and a type of animal, or word meaning animal. In this case, only 4-letter word I can think of for party is a rave or a ball. I don't think either of those animals though. So, okay, let's go back up to here and go cross. So we've got M. Anagram of harmonicas, chariot. That's a mash. Is it mash maraschino? I don't know. Maraschino, I think. Not sure about that. Not sure what the word is exactly, but it's something like that. Let's come down here. Look at this, sort of like a live comment about ideas. Oh, so it's an anagram. So comment is an aside. So we've got anagram of ideas. About is your anagram indicator, and a comment is an aside. Fair enough. 7 across. N. I said negative could be no. Report from Arab for 1. Arab could be a horse. Arab could be AR. Ugh, still don't know. Look at 2 down. What a cloud does hold sway, we're told. What do clouds do? Rains. Clouds rain. And if you hold sway, you rain. Right, so rain that way is hold sway. That's next to sound lighting indicator. So now we need to convert that to what the cloud does, which is rains, I think. I think that's right. So what's this? Rash? Spots. Spots are a rash. A large number appearing in short succession. I don't really understand the second part of that. A large number appearing in short succession. Rash. So I think spots is a rash, as in, yeah, if you've got measles. A large number is like a rash is I can't even define it really. A spate of many things happening occasionally. I think that's what rash is in that sense. Gosh, no wonder I couldn't get that on the first one. If that's correct, even. Rash for spots is right though. 3 down. Note duck in central okay, note in central London district. I thought that was Soho. Do re mi fa so. Yes, so is SOH, spelled that way, and then put a O for a duck on the end, so that's a charade. Note for so, and then O for duck gives you Soho, which is central London district. Okay, negative report from arrow for one. I did say an arrow could be a horse, so yeah, if a horse neighs, that could be its. So no is nay is a okay. So the negative we're looking for is nay, which would be I think NAY. Sound like indicator is in the middle, but we can then move it to a neigh that horses give you. Gosh, so what have we got left? We've got on edge. Perfect. Right, and this one down here, bring order to shattering. I did say shattering could be characters sing differently. Bring order to shattering. Characters seen differently. I think if that is an anagram, that has to be an anagram of shattering, so that's got the A, T and N. So I'm going to use the anagram helper, sorry. Shattering. Characters seen differently would be what? Straighten. Bring order to. Okay, right, okay, so I've been looking at the wrong end of that. So to straighten things is to bring order to something. And shattering is what you call the anagrist, the things that need to be anagrammed, and characters seen differently is your anagram indicator. Whew, okay, this must be an islet, mustn't it? Land in water, no longer available. Yeah, okay. So land in water is an islet, and if you were renting out a property but it's no longer available, then it has been let. It is let. Ugh, what a hilarious, hey? So what we got here? Party animal. Party is party could also be like a Liberal Party, Labour Party, Conservative Party. Wing, animal wing. Don't think so. Ooh, on edge, perfect. I think this is both. I would say double definitions. Perfect would be. Ooh. I mean, I'm thinking there's probably not much goes in there, like a C, could be a T. Assume everything else is right. I mean, ocean and non-net are definitely right. Straighten, I think, is right. So, on edge. Perfect. Right, I'm just going to pause the video while I think to myself rather than make you endure me doing an alphabet trawl. Hello, right, I am. So I just had to wander off to use the facilities of the house. So I haven't been thinking too hard, but I probably spent 3 or 4 minutes thinking about these 2 words, and then eventually I just alphabet trawled this one, put an S in there, and that way, stag. Stag is an animal, and a party is a stag do, for example. And then looking at this, what I'm thinking perfect is a tense, and if you're on edge, you are tense. So there we go. Gosh, that was a bit of a trial. I mean, if I hadn't been able to get those now, I will just say that I would have left those. I was willing to maybe have a look at that for 10-15 minutes, and then if I hadn't been able to get it to do it, and I wasn't trying to put up a video on YouTube to help other people, I would have just put the crossword to the side, come back later, had a look at it, had another think about it, and done that 2 or 3 times in a day. And that's my advice, is if you are a beginner, you will have struggled with that puzzle almost certainly, and that's okay. Do what you can, get to the point where you think, I've had enough of this, but don't just reveal answers, check words or whatever. because you've got a week till the next QC comes out. So come back to it a few times, and what should happen is you should find some more answers over time. Things will occur to you, hopefully, and at that point you'll fill them in, and that will give you a sense of self-efficacy, ability that maybe you can do these things, and that actually maybe it doesn't have to be done in one go. Right, I haven't checked yet. Let's just check actually I've got everything right. I think so. Doesn't seem like anything's disappeared. So there you go. That's the puzzle. Wow, what a bit of a stinker from Masquerade that was. Masquerade. Yes, it meets the stated goals of a small grid and 4 types of clue, but the words in there and the way they were clued, I don't think that was anything to encourage beginners, which I thought was really the aim of these puzzles. But there you go. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. Thanks for watching. Hope that's helpful.